why VTubing?
Originally, I performed as an idol without concealing my face.
Wait a minute, it's not an idol VTuber, an idol? And then she became an idol VTuber?
What?
Is that what I'm understanding? So she was Flesh. She was Flesh, everybody knew her face, and then she decided to do VTubing so she could care for her child and stay at home. That's what I'm gathering from here. Hello everyone, it's me, Cyana, the girl failure. But anyway, this video, I'm really interested in watching it. It's called The Single Mother VTuber That Overcame Everything, edited by Yeeman. And I'm really interested in this because I've heard of this VTuber everywhere. She suddenly exploded in popularity, and it's just so, her story is fascinating. Like, we have to see this. I have to watch this. I don't know her whole story, which is why I'm very curious. So, oh, I'm excited. Let's go see it. For mom.
On April 9th, 2025, a JP in—
Wait, I want to read that beginning. For mom, thank you for sacrificing your dreams so I could pursue mine. Aw, is this for his own mom? That's so sweet.
On April 9th,
Moms are the
2025,
best.
a JP indie VTuber named Otsuka Ray posts a heartfelt letter to her daughter starting kindergarten.
Otsuka
My
Ray.
daughter Reika will be entering kindergarten this spring.
Reika.
Without everybody's support, I wouldn't have been able to raise her as a single mother.
From
Oh, somebody's
these two sentences
translating
alone,
her.
I knew I had to tell Ray's story to the Western
Aw.
audience. Inspired, I
Single
DM'd
mother.
Ray for an interview to learn more about this resilient story of being a single mother in Japan and being able to support her only daughter through her VTuber activities. Ray graciously agreed to answer my questions, so now I
Oh.
will tell her story.
He interviewed
This story
her.
begins with a Japanese girl falling in love with a particular individual.
Ooh.
Sadly, he ended up being a playboy and Ray
Oh,
got dumped. If
no.
things couldn't be even more intense, she found out that she was pregnant.
The day
Oh my
I found out
God.
I was unexpectedly pregnant, I felt anxious. My
Oh,
parents were
no.
repeatedly in and out of the hospital, and I don't have any siblings. I
Oh
wasn't
my
sure if I
God.
could raise a baby properly without anyone to rely on.
She was definitely on the fence about giving birth, and to complicate things,
That's
Ray was a
crazy.
physically weak person, so people around her was concerned about whether she could safely give birth. What
Oh my
shifted Ray's mind
God.
was her familiar duties to her father and grandmother. Both of these family members told Ray personally that they wanted to see the face of her unborn daughter,
Aw.
and these very words influenced this young woman to give birth.
My father received a terminal prognosis, and my
Oh.
grandmother was already
What is
of an
that?
old age.
Prognosis?
I wanted to make them happy while they were still alive, and this feeling also motivated my determination to give birth to Reika-chan.
It was
Aw.
important to mention that Reika's birth itself
That movie is, I think it's called Wolf Children. It's a really unique movie too, about like kind of single mother too. Kind of, because there is a guy, but he's like never there, so I don't, it's a weird movie, but it's about, she has children and it's really cute.
was a difficult one. Due to Ray's weak physical body, she was actually in critical condition during the child rearing
Oh my
process.
God.
It got so bad at one point, the doctor approached Ray's father and asked him, "Do you want to save Ray or Reika?"
Oh my
Thankfully, both
God.
did their best to persevere, and so Reika
Aw.
safely came into this world. It was during this
That's
time where a
crazy.
president of some agency tried to recruit this new mother to
Oh,
become
really?
an idol streamer at their company.
An idol
Because Ray
streamer.
loves singing and dancing and needed a source of income to support her newborn, she jumped at the opportunity. This is kind of where
Whoa.
Ray entered her Oshinoko arc, because while she was doing her idol activities, she had to
What?
keep it a secret from her fans that Reika exists. Lady Luck was on this
Oh.
new idol side because she was getting more popular as an idol streamer and was actually getting a lot of money from fans. But at a certain
Really?
point, Ray felt a growing burden of lying to her fans, but on a much more important
Oh.
note, there's also the possibility of making Reika feel lonely. This is where she made a complete career shift towards VTubing. But why
Whoa.
VTubing?
Originally, I performed as an idol without concealing my face.
Wait a minute, she was, so wait, it's not an idol VTuber, an idol? And then she became an idol VTuber? Is that what I'm understanding? So she was Flesh. She was Flesh, everybody knew her face, and then she decided to do VTubing so she could care for her child and stay at home. That's what I'm gathering from here.
Face, but I had an opportunity to perform alongside VTubers at an event. Witnessing how much
Oh.
they enjoyed performing and how brightly they shone on stage sparked my interest in this world of VTubing.
Me
I was also
too.
deeply moved by the enthusiasm of the fans, which made me think I also want to dive into this world too.
VTubing just made sense in this case because it was the optimal choice of raising Reika as a single mother by being able to work from home while maintaining a certain level of privacy. What made things even more interesting is that this new VTuber made the conscious decision of including Reika in her streams.
My daughter is still young and in such an irreplaceable stage of childhood, so I would always like to be by her side. As expected, baby Reika would cry for milk every few hours. I don't have anyone close to me whom I can trust Reika to, and I think it's impossible to hide the truth while doing streaming activities alone.
One other thing that Ray mentioned was that she fondly looked back on the times her parents had recorded videos of her childhood. In many of the same ways, streaming together with her daughter was a way to preserve her daughter's growth and memories. Well, I'm very happy Reika was included in her streams because she is so precious.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the time she found out that she was going to Sanrio Boroland.
Oh. Aww. That's so cute. Is that her little hand?
Personally, my favorite part of this dynamic is when Reika would jump on for a karaoke stream and sing with her mother. I'm thankful to God this girl isn't my niece, because if she asked for pocket money at a family function, I would deadass Venmo her $500, send her 5.59 Bitcoin, and start a trust fund for her. Ray-san actually shared with me that she plans on releasing an original song with Reika-chan, and it will be a cute children's song. On my mama, when that peak drops, you know what I'm blasting when the bros hand me the aux cord. What's truly amazing is how a medium like VTubing makes content like this accessible and is able to give individuals like Ray an opportunity to pursue their dreams, but also have the opportunity of being so involved with raising their children.
I am truly glad from the bottom of my heart that I chose to become a VTuber. My body isn't very strong, so I believe it will be difficult for me to continue as an idol or get a regular full-time job while raising a child on my own. I was a victim of stalking during my idol days, so for the sake of protecting my child's privacy, being a VTuber where I don't have to show myself is the choice that can give me peace of mind. Most importantly, because the VTuber work style exists, I don't have to miss the irreplaceable moments of being with Reika.
But beyond this miracle story, I also wanted to get Ray's perspective on being a single mother in Japan. It would be an understatement to say that there is a huge negative stigma towards single mothers in this country. Japan is a place that embraces traditional values and has a strong emphasis on family structure, especially having a two-parent household. A single mother is a complete antithesis of this. So when a normal Japanese person initially runs into single mothers, they are instantly labeled as irresponsible, failed, or even selfish for raising a child alone.
In Japan,
what is she supposed to do?
The reality is that being a single mother often doesn't leave a good impression. Oftentimes, we find ourselves in a difficult financial situation, and it is not uncommon for people to think that poverty equals our own fault.
What? That
this
makes
is a common
no
belief
sense.
held by many Japanese people based on the current standings of this group. According to a scholarly paper, evidence from low-income single mothers in contemporary Japan, 51.4% of single mother households in Japan live below the poverty line, which is one of the highest rates among developed countries. Many people just overlook how hard it is of truly raising a kid alone in Japan.
What is she supposed to do? It's not her fault.
We also face prejudice, such as you only care about work and neglect your child.
What?
Or, I don't think you can properly raise your child. The truth is, we work that hard because we care about our child. However, I feel like it is hard for others to understand that.
I could definitely feel Ray's frustration of people looking down on single mothers like her who put everything on the line for their children. She shares things like, as a mother, what brings me the most joy is seeing my daughter smile. No matter how tired I am, Reika's adorable smile always heals me. Or observes that children mimic what parents do as they grow up. That's why I have to work hard to be a role model for my daughter. When I hear
she's such a good role model
about being a single mother, I can only show my respect for people like Ray. My respect for her only grew further as she gave encouragements to single parents out there diligently raising their children on their own.
You don't have to be perfect, and don't work too hard. The worst thing that can happen is for a parent to fall ill, especially a single parent.
Yeah.
I used to keep pushing myself to the limit and ended up falling ill. My
Oh,
viewers
damn.
scolded me for it, so I've been more mindful of my workload.
Oh, that's
What I
so
just
nice. The
like
viewers are
about
actually so
Ray's
supportive
story
like that.
is that it provides so much hope. She's able to show people that there's always a way, despite your circumstances or the way people label you. For me though, at a certain point, I straight up asked her, how in the world did you persevere through all these life challenges? For her specifically, being a single mother is hard enough, but she also had to deal with other life curveballs, like having her father pass away last year, or dealing day
Oh
to
my
day with her
God.
physically weak body. To that question, she had a short but profound answer.
The more difficult experiences a person has gone through, the more they are able to save someone's soul. The person
Oh,
who
wow.
never gives up until the end will undoubtedly succeed. These two phrases have always remained in my heart. Since I was young, I have experienced various illnesses and long-term hospitalizations. Even now, I
Sheesh.
often can't sing well due to my throat and ear illnesses. But I believe that you will eventually be rewarded for pushing through these tough situations.
This has been the story of Otsuka Ray and her inspiring story of being a single mother VTuber raising her precious 4-year-old daughter, Reika. If you want to support her in any way, all of her social info will be down below. She has
We
expressed
have to
deep interest in
support
interacting
her.
with overseas fans, so don't be afraid in showing her some love. I will also be assisting her in this really monumental project that US fans will appreciate, so be on the lookout.
Bro, this
for that.
video
Now,
is
if you don't
definitely
mind
getting
me,
her
I'm
places.
gonna indulge in my 20th replay of Reika-chan belting out Loligot Requiem. So peace!
Oh my god! She sang that song. That's crazy. This is very unique because usually VTubers are treated like idols as well in the Japanese side of things, and idols are seen as like you're not allowed to have like boyfriends, you're not allowed to get pregnant, you're not allowed, you have to stay pure. Like you should never have had any kind of romantic experience whatsoever, or else, you know, they bash you and don't want to support you. But this is such a different situation because she started as a single mother. When she started VTubing, she decided to include her daughter from day one. I assume it's from day one? As the VTuber at least, not when she was an idol, like a normal flesh idol. So this is like the first time anyone's ever been like, yeah, I'm a mom, and yeah, which means I'm not pure, if you know what I mean, in that sense, in the sense. She's had a boyfriend, he was shitty, left her, but she wanted to continue being a mom, even if the dad is not existent in her life at all whatsoever. She made it work. This girl is like, I don't know if she really thought it through as like, this will make me more unique, or she just, you know, innocently tried this and it just turned out to work out. But I'm just so happy for her because this is really important. Like, I think like important for her, important for people like her, like people who just unfortunately they want to be VTubers because they just can't really do anything else, even if it means that they are not the norm for VTubers. And you know, I'm starting to see like maybe, you know, there can be a change with VTubing. We don't all have to be idols. We don't all have to be perfect. We don't all have to be pure. So, which is actually pretty wholesome. This is actually really, really wholesome. So I think we should all support her, even if we don't know Japanese. I have passed by her streams, and she does seem to like be interested in the English speaking world, and she does try to speak a little bit of English, even if it's like not like, you know, fluent or anything. I think she is interested in learning English. She might be, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, maybe you got like, if everybody pops in, they can like help her learn it by, you know, surrounding her with more English, you know, English comments, English chat, English, you know, and introducing her to more English media. So yeah, that's how I learned basically. I am in Puerto Rico and the main language is Spanish, but I surround myself with so much English media because I just thought American stuff was cooler. That now, like, I only speak English, like, all the time. Even though, until I have to, like, go outside and talk to the people of the outside, you know, who only speak Spanish. Otherwise, I used to speak English whenever I can because I just prefer it. I don't know. I grew up this way. Like I was a little bratty kid. Was like, no, English is cooler. Americans are cooler. America's cooler. I want to be cool like that. It's cooler to me. And and I ended up this way. But I can speak Spanish. Obviously, it's not like I totally like ignored Spanish forever and I can't speak Spanish or anything like that. But yeah, this is such a cool story and it's very wholesome. And maybe I'm starting to see like a little bit of a change in the world in a positive way. Maybe there'll be more, parent VTubers out there that bring their kids on to make the kids part of the stream, and it's cute, like you feel the chat feels like the parents that the poor girl couldn't grow up with. We can be the father. Chat can be the father. So yeah, we should support this. I support this. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this very wholesome video by Yiman. And I'll see you guys next time. Sayonara. Bye.